that he was about 6 feet tall, that he was completely scourged all over his body. He was crucified.
What if the real story behind the Passion of the Christ was nothing like what we saw on screen? What if the film's most shocking truth has been kept quiet by Mel Gibson? Until now. From the outside, it looked like a bold, controversial masterpiece. But behind the scenes, something felt different. Strange moments, unexplainable tension, and a weight that everyone on set remembers. And at the center of it all was Gibson, pushing forward with a project no studio wanted, risking everything for a vision he couldn't ignore. He didn't just want to make this film, he felt compelled to. And now, after years of silence, he's finally revealing why. It all started in the late 1990s. Mel had it all: global fame, box office hits, creative control. But while the world saw success, something inside him was stirring, and what came next would take him into the deepest, darkest, and most sacred journey of his life. Behind the cameras, something was breaking inside Mel Gibson. He was battling demons that no spotlight could hide: addiction, depression, and a deep sense of disconnection. His life, though outwardly successful, was quietly unraveling. He felt lost, hollow at times, dangerously close to the edge. But in the middle of that darkness, something unexpected happened. One day, overwhelmed by it all, he dropped to his knees. No script, no plan, just a raw cry for help. And in that moment, something shifted. He began to return to something he hadn't touched in years: his faith. But this wasn't a gentle rediscovery. It was fierce, urgent, almost obsessive. He started meditating on the Gospels, especially the parts where broken people cried out to God. Words he once read as a child now hit with the force of revelation. And out of that brokenness came a vision, not of a film, but of a story that had to be told. Mel once said, "I was a bad guy, a really horrible guy. My sins were the first to nail him to the cross." That's why he couldn't tell this story like a Hollywood epic. He had to show it as real as it truly was. He threw himself into research, not as a filmmaker, but as a man on a mission. He studied scripture, the Stations of the Cross, writings of saints and mystics. He searched for anything that could help him capture the full weight of Christ's final hours. He didn't want to modernize anything. If Jesus spoke, it would be in Aramaic. The Romans would speak Latin. No English, no shortcuts, no compromises. And that's when the doors started closing. He pitched the idea to studio after studio and got the same answer every time: a brutally realistic film spoken in dead languages with no commercial hook. They told him no one would watch it. They wouldn't fund a single frame. But Mel knew that if he gave in even a little, the soul of the story would be lost. So he did the unthinkable. He funded it himself. $30 million from his own pocket to make the film. Another $15 million for distribution and marketing. No investors, no studio safety net. If the film failed, it would take him down with it. But by then, it wasn't about risk. It wasn't even about reputation. It was a calling, and Mel Gibson was ready to walk through fire to tell the story exactly as he believed it happened. But Mel's next decision surprised everyone even more. He didn't want stars, no celebrities, no